Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ken, also known as MrKenDenis. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a full face of first impressions. Okay, maybe not a full face because there's a few products that I don't have new products. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys click on the subscribe button down below. I basically do a lot of makeup related videos, beauty, hair, and I also vlog about my personal life. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, let's start by moving my mane to the side. Today, we're going to do the eyes first as usual, and I don't have a new eyeshadow primer as usual. I kind of just stick to the same eyeshadow primer, so this one is the Kryolan eyeshadow primer. To set that, I have got a new powder. This one is from Tarte. This is the High Performance Naturals Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. I'm pretty sure this is more as just like an under eye setting powder or something like that, but let's take a minute to appreciate that packaging. I've got two new sponges, so I've got, as you guys can see, a really big one and a small one. These are from EcoTools. These are their very first like plant-based makeup sponges. Anyway, I'll leave more details about these sponges down in the description box down below, but I'm going to use the small one. And these guys, they got really big as soon as you dipped them in water. Like, they just expanded like crazy. So let's go back into that finishing powder. I'm just going to grab a tiny bit. I love this sifter. It's like you can only get a tiny bit, which is like the biggest problem I have with a lot of like loose powders. Like the sifter just keeps pushing too much powder everywhere, so this is good. Anyway, let's shut up and let's just do this. I've got a new eyeshadow palette to play with today. So this one is by BYS. This one is their Berries eyeshadow palette, and from what I can tell, it's a combination of mattes and shimmers. Let's just take it out of the packaging. And we have got a dual-ended brush that kind of looks like it's for concealer. Sponge tip applicators, which you guys know I don't really like using. So if you guys watched one of my previous vlogs, I went to an EcoTools event, so they've recently relaunched their products, like their brushes, revamped the design and everything, so I've got a couple of brushes to use today. I'm pretty sure I've got an eyeshadow brush set. Yes, I do. It's the Enhancing Eye Set, so it's a dual-ended brush set, so let's see what these babies can do. So I think I'm going to go for the Berry Plum colors. I mean, I don't know, I feel like I'm really drawn to these colors here, so I'm going to do a transition first. I think I'm going to take a combination of Toffee and Sundown. And also note to self, don't put that Smooth Operator powder on wet primer because it looks like it's still there, so that's alright though, I can blend that away. I really like the material for this new brush. I have an old EcoTools brush here somewhere. Like, this is the old design, and like I don't know, this one feels a lot sturdier compared to this. I'm not sure if the material's different or if it's just me, but I do prefer this newer one. I mean, the light yellow compared to the old one is just, I don't know, it's nicer. It looks, I would say, a little bit higher end. Okay, next I'm going to take Royalty, and this time on that blending brush side. Just going to deepen out that crease. These eyeshadows are surprisingly pigmented. And, you know, a lot of brands like BYS get a lot of flack for being quite cheap, but these are nice. They're not even chalky. At least the colors that I've tried out so far, they're not chalky. Because to deepen that even further, I'm going to take Juliet, and again pop it into the crease. So I'm really trying to just layer different colors on top of each other, and oh, it's just, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna go really well with my hair, and I just love warm tones and berries all together. It's just a lovely combination. Okay, reusing the shade brush, I'm gonna be taking Cherry Bomb. Looks like it's a satin shade, and I'm just gonna pop that all over the lid. Pigmentation on this one's not that great, but definitely workable. Like, you can definitely build it up. But compared to the other colors that I've applied already, it's just, I don't know, it's like applying a little bit patchy, so you just have to build it up just to get that right amount of opacity. Alright, so I'm just going to take that warm brown tone at the side. It says it's called Shaded. Oh, these names. Okay, next I'm just going to take that EcoTools blending brush that I showed you guys earlier, and I'm just going to blend that crease work together and kind of wing it out a bit. Okay, now it's time for some eyeliners. So I've got this one from Rimmel London. This is the waterproof Scandaleyes Bold Liquid Eyeliner. So this one has a ball tip, which, as you guys probably know, I'm not very good at using these, but I can use them. I don't know, I just prefer the normal felt tips, but you know, let's do it. Oh no, look what I did to my eyeliner. So it wasn't even, so I tried to clean it up with my finger, and yeah, safe to say that was a horrible idea. But I'm just gonna let that dry fully, otherwise I'm just gonna keep making a mess. So I think I'm just gonna get my skin ready for foundation. Okay, so for primer and for color correcting around the 5 o'clock shadow, so I don't really have any new primers or color correcting products, so I'm just gonna be using the NYX Pore Filling Primer Pore Filler Primer, sorry, and the Ben Nye Beard Cover. Okay, so now let's move on to foundation. So I don't have a new foundation, but I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Lume Magique foundation. This one is from my Project Pan series, but I also have this one from BYS. This is their Foundation Adjuster Lightener. So I'm going to mix the two together. Hopefully it's going to give me a nice color match, and hopefully it doesn't change the undertone, because I really like the undertone on this foundation. I'm actually going to grab the EcoTools Micro Blending brush. So apparently it's good for concealers, but I'm going to use this to blend in the concealers and then apply it onto the skin. Alright, so 3 pumps of the foundation, and I don't know, maybe 2 drops of this lightener. Alright, so that's what it looks like now, and let's mix these guys together. It's lightening it, I'd say by 1 shade or 2. I think maybe lighten it a bit more, so 1 more drop. So it's pretty much like 1 pump to 1 drop. I think that's a nicer match. Yeah, I can work with that. This is the first time I've ever tried any sort of like adjusting drops. I've always wanted to try like the darkening ones, but most brands, they seem to have, I don't know, like they seem to have like a grey undertone, and let's be real, who has grey undertone? Like, unless you're a corpse, no one wants grey in their foundation. Alright, so I'm just going to use the beauty sponge. So I'm just going to use the wider flat side. So they've got 2 sides. It kind of looks like a wedge, which I really do appreciate. So I'm just going to use the wider side, and I'm just going to like bounce it onto my skin. This beauty sponge, I have to say, isn't as soft as, let's say, the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion sponge, but it's definitely not hard like a, I don't know, like an eBay sponge. I mean, again, it's a different material, it's plant-based materials, but you know, I like it. Like, it's firm but not hard. Like, and also I find that you can feel the texture of this sponge, whereas other beauty sponges you can't. Like, it's not like it's a big deal, but I know how some people are very fussy with their beauty sponges, so that's just like my little feedback to you guys. Okay, I'm not really sure if it's the sponge or if it's the lightener, but I feel like I'm not getting as much coverage as I would normally get from that foundation, so it might be a combination of both. Let's just make a new batch. Okay, so that's 2 layers of the foundation. I do have to say, this shade adjuster works really well. It's definitely lightened my foundation without changing the undertone. It's still quite yellow, which I do appreciate. But yeah, I think this works really well. Okay, so concealer, I don't have a really new one per se, but this is a new addition to my collection, as you guys probably saw on my Instagram stories. I've got the Tarte Shape Tape finally, so I am in the shade medium. If you guys are looking for references, I'm like an NC42, W56, like in the L'Oreal True Match range and Lume Magique range. But yeah, that's my shade. It's a little bit light, but I love light concealers underneath the eyes, So if you guys are looking for a concealer, definitely check this shade out. Like, you seriously don't need a lot of this concealer, but you know, I'm still trialing it out. So far I'm pretty happy with this concealer, but if you guys would like to know what I think about this concealer, definitely leave me a comment down in the comment box, not description box, down below. I know the internet's saturated with reviews of this concealer, but you know, if you guys would like to hear my opinion, I'm more than happy to share. Alright, so I'm just going to use the smaller beauty sponge. I'm just going to use the other side, the one I didn't use the powder on. I'm just going to blend that in. You know what, I actually think these sponges absorb a little bit more product than normal sponges, so I'm just going to apply a little bit more concealer because I would like a little bit more coverage down there. Alright, so I'm just going to grab that Smooth Operator powder yet again, and I'm just going to take a little bit, and let's be real, I'm going to take a little bit more, and I'm just going to bake underneath the eyes. I really like the shape. I think it's going to be good for baking, actually. Okay, I've got a newish powder. I'm not really sure if I've featured this in the video yet, but this is a Maybelline loose powder, shine free in medium, number 2. I really like this powder. I've worn it a couple of times now already, and I don't know, I just really like it. So obviously it comes with a puff. You guys know I don't like the puffs on these. I've just cut half of that sticker from the sifter. That's a big tip. If you guys have like powders like these and comes like with a traditional sifter, just cut half of that sticker and leave it on. That way you don't have like an explosion of powder every time you open it, and leave the puff in. Seriously, leave it in. Okay, now I'm going to grab that big powder brush. So it says it's called a full powder brush that has 70,000 bristles. So I did get to play with this at the event, and oh my gosh, like it's quite thick. Alright, so I'm just going to use this loose powder on the rest of my face. I think that's going to be enough for baking. Well, that Smooth Operator has definitely sealed in that concealer, like it's not moving. Okay, now that my base is set, I'm just going to apply some lashes. So I don't have a new pair of lashes, unfortunately. I can't find anything as dramatic as the Adriana's by Glam by Manicare, so if you guys have any recommendations, definitely leave a comment down below, because I don't know, I want more dramatic lashes. Like, these things are dramatic, but I want to step up from these if I can. Okay, lashes are on. So, going back into the palette, I'm going to grab Toffee and Sundown again. And I'm just going to pop them onto the lower lash line. And then for eyeliner, I'm going to be grabbing this one from NYX. This is the 2-tire pencil. I'm just going to grab that kohl liner side, and I'm just going to tight line my eyes. Okay, so before I do anything more to my eyes, I'm just going to swap out my colour contacts for some Solotica lenses. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I probably should have done the contacts before I did the rest of the eyes, but that's okay. I'm just going to look like I'm going to be crying for a while. So I'm just going to do the rest of my face, and then I'll go back into the eyes near the end of the video. Okay, for contour, I'm going to be using my handy dandy Rodial contour powder. This one is in number 4. Okay, for highlighter, I'm going to be using this one from NYX. This is the Strobe of Genius Illuminating Palette. Now, I have to be honest, when I first got this, the only shade I would ever use would be this one. So I'm going to be adventurous. I'm going to try maybe that pink one over there. Like, I'm going to take this bullet type brush. I'm going to do a little bit of highlighting down the nose using that same shade. And I completely forgot to contour my nose, so I'm going to do that now. Okay, for eyebrows, as you guys can see, I've got a little bit of natural regrowth happening here. Honestly, cannot find where my tweezers are, so I'm going to go all natural today. But for eyebrows, I'm going to be using an oldie but a goodie. I haven't actually used this in quite some time. I just bought a new one today. This one is from Rimmel London. This is the eyebrow pencil in Hazel. So as you guys can tell, I've coloured my hair, and I find that with my coloured hair, or when it's lighter, I need to go with a lighter brown. So this is definitely one that I'd like to use. Okay, so that looks so much better with brows on. So I'm just going to blend my natural lashes in with this mascara. This one is from Maybelline. This is the Colossal Big Shot Volume Express Mascara. Alright guys, so tell me, what do you guys think of like this whole new theme I've got on my channel? So as you guys can tell, like the thumbnails are all like I'm trying to make them all consistent now, and also like the week in the life vlogs. I really do enjoy doing them, though I do sometimes feel like I forget to vlog, like days like I'm working and I just feel like I don't have the energy. And honestly, I don't like filming when I don't have the energy, otherwise, you know, I just come off weird, like I just come off like uninterested in you guys, but I really am. It's just, you know, I feel like you just have to be in the right state of mind, like right energy to film, otherwise it just comes off wrong. Okay, so eyes are done, so now we'll move on to lipsticks. So I've got these ones from ModelCo. This one is in collaboration with Priceline, and it's with Hailey Baldwin. So I basically received this PR package from Priceline a few days ago. It's in collaboration with ModelCo, and that thing, you know, ModelCo is now being stocked at Priceline, and this limited edition lip lacquer set, I think it retails for normally $69, but now it's going to just retail for $50, and it will hit stores in May. Oh, wait, we are in May. Ooh, look at them, they're really cute. And the packaging on this thing feels very luxe, like the box itself. And the lip lacquer packaging definitely feels luxe, so I think you're getting value for money. Let's see, what does this look call for? What do you guys think? I don't know. It's like nudes, beige, corals, like the normal, I don't know, like 5 set lip colors that you would normally see in a set. I'll go for this like pinky nude, why not? Ooh, very, very nice. I really like that, and it's got a nice shine to it too. I wonder if it's going to go matte. I don't think so. It doesn't say it's got a nice matte finish or anything like that, but it smells super, super good. It smells like, I don't know, like strawberry lollies. So good. So before I put everything down, I'm going to set my face using that makeup spray from Scandaleyes. Alright, so there you guys go. That is the final look. What do you guys think? I really enjoyed doing this look, and I really enjoy kind of like matching it up with my hair. Let me just move that because I can't see. But I really enjoy like matching it to my hair and everything, like from the eyes, the lips and everything. It's just, I don't know, I think it's a little bit out there definitely, but I think it's pretty. It's really, really pretty. But anyway, that's pretty much it. If you guys are interested in knowing any specifics about the products that I've just mentioned or where you can get them, definitely check out the description box down below. I've been trying to be really good and give you guys like links on where you guys can buy them, like from Australia, UK, and the US. Obviously I can't cater for everyone because I don't even know if certain products are going to be sold in your particular country. But okay, let's start off first with the eyes. So the BYS Berries eyeshadow palette. So what do I think about the colors that I used today? I think these warm tones are really, really nice. I do have to say Toffee and Sundown, not Shadow, Sundown are okay. They're not super, super pigmented, but they definitely work as transition colors. I think Majestic is a nice warm color as well, but again, it's not super, super pigmented. I guess my initial thoughts about this palette is the mattes are great, pigmentation could be better, but it definitely works. The satin shade, a little bit patchy, but again, overall, I think this is a good drugstore palette. So if you guys are looking for an affordable drugstore eyeshadow palette, this is definitely something you should look at. And honestly, if I should keep it, yes, I think I will keep it because I really like the color selection and the pigmentation is something I can work with. Okay, eyebrow pencil, no brainer. I mean, I really, really love this. I mean, I've repurchased this so many times, so definitely something I really like. Okay, moving on to the foundation adjuster in Lightener. This is really, really good. I didn't actually read the instructions. I kind of just, you know, assumed like that's what you did. You just mix them together. In terms of like what it looks like first impression wise, it looks pretty good. Like it's adjusted my foundation shade to I don't know, 2 or 3 shades lighter what I wanted, something to match my actual skin tone at the moment. But in terms of like what it's going to be like throughout the whole day, obviously it's going to be something I have to test out. So it's definitely going to be a video that I'm going to be filming, like seeing if this foundation adjuster ruins or changes the formula of the foundation. I don't know, it's definitely something you guys have to look out for. Okay, Tarte Shape Tape. I mean, come on guys, like there's so many reviews on the internet telling you guys that it is good. So again, if you guys would like to know what my opinions are on this concealer, definitely leave a comment down below. But again, you know, the internet is saturated with opinions of this concealer. Okay, the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazoning Clay Finishing Powder. I'm a little bit, I don't know, 50-50 with it at the moment. I think it works, but I'm not, I don't know, the packaging, it's kind of like a learning curve, and I did find like the powder was kind of sitting a little bit funny in certain parts. It could be because I used a wet sponge to apply it. Maybe it would apply better using a brush. I don't know. If you guys have tried out this powder, let me know down in the comment box down below if you guys have tried it out. But I'll definitely play around with it more before I give you guys like what I really think about it. But first impressions wise, I think it's good. It's very silky. It's definitely set my concealer. It's just a little bit patchy in certain parts. Again, could be the sponge. Speaking of sponges, so these sponges by EcoTools, I do have to say they are really, really nice. I really like the shape because they kind of remind me of wedges. Now, any sponges that have like a wedge shape, I absolutely love, just because I feel like I can definitely get my concealer underneath the eyes. That's just personal preference. In terms of like what it feels like, it's definitely not as soft as, let's say, the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, a beauty blender, but it's definitely, you know, still soft. It doesn't feel like you're hitting your face with a rock, definitely not. But I do feel like you can still feel the texture of the sponge. Again, it's 70% a plant-based material, so the materials are different from what you would get from a traditional makeup sponge, so I guess that was kind of expected. But overall, in terms of the application of foundation, it was pretty even, though I do have to admit that I feel like it's absorbed more product than usual. I don't know, maybe I have to use this to apply my primer then my foundation, that will stop it, I don't know. But I'll let you guys know, and also I'll do a wash test soon. I'll let you guys know what I think about that. So the NYX Strobe of Genius Illuminating Palette. So again, today I used a different shade, that one there, instead of the one I normally use, and I don't know, like, it's okay. I mean, there are other shades in this palette, so, you know, that might just not show up really well on my skin tone, but I don't know, like, it's pretty blinding, but you guys know me, I love super blinding highlighters. So but overall, I think this palette is really good. You can just kind of like pick and choose what colors you'd like to use on your face, but yeah, I think I like it. Okay, moving on to the EcoTools brushes. So this is the eye set. Dual-ended brushes. Now, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with the dual-ended brushes, mostly because when it comes to cleaning them, I don't know how I should, you know, angle them, because you know the whole thing where if you lay it flat, water can seep into the glue and it just ruins the bristles. So I feel like you kind of have to just like wash one side first and then let that dry and then go to the other side. So that's going to be a bit of a pain. Like for me in particular, this one with the angled liner, that's not going to be a big problem because I don't really use angled liner brushes that often. But this one that has the blend and the smudge, these two shapes of brushes I definitely use more often. So I don't know, I'll let you guys know what I think about it. But in terms of like the bristles and how soft they are, super soft. In terms of how they blended the eyeshadows, works really well. Moving on to the micro blending brush. I mean, obviously I didn't use it to blend concealer today, I just mainly use it to like mix my foundations and apply it onto my skin. I think the shape is handy, but I don't know if it's going to be streaky, so I'll definitely let you guys know what I think about this in another video. I'm planning to do like a whole new review of all these brushes, the new brushes from EcoTools, so definitely make sure you guys are subscribed to see what I think about those brushes. Let's see, what else is new? I keep throwing everything around, so I have no idea what's new. Ooh. Scandaleyes Makeup Finishing Spray Bridal. Honestly, I can't tell a difference from the original one. Like, it's a setting spray. I guess the only time I'll be able to tell you guys if I like this more over the original one is if I actually wear this out like the entirety of the day. See if my makeup lasts any longer or not, if oils pull through faster, I don't know, that kind of stuff. So I'll let you guys know, but yeah, this is the Bridal one. Okay, moving on to the Hailey Baldwin from ModelCo lip lacquers. I did notice, like, after I applied it, that a little bit started to bleed, like, around the edges of my mouth. Like, I do overline my lips sometimes with liquid lipsticks, and they usually stay in place, but with this one in particular, it started to move around. But in terms of, like, the smell and the overall appearance of this lipstick, so good. I love the smell. Pigmentation is great. I really like the colour, and it's definitely not setting. Like, it looks like a cross between a liquid lipstick and a lip gloss. I have no problem with that. I really, really like that colour. Alright, so there you guys go. Those are my first impressions, thoughts and opinions on the new products that I tried out. I'm pretty sure I forgot one product. If I did, I'll just leave a little annotation on the screen or something like that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up the video if you guys enjoyed. Tell me down in the comment box down below, what have you guys recently tried out and are you guys loving it? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!